Alrighty, we have a very dangerous installation here with an electric light that was not put in properly. There's where it's plugged in. You see a open splice here with the wires twisted and taped. Screws, sharp edges inside this pipe or plastic wire mold. There's the switch. And a cutaway piece of plastic where the wire goes into the back of the light. Okay, so we'll unplug this here. We'll start unscrewing this off the wall. The screw could have poked a hole in the wire in the cord too. And there's some more open splice here, twisted and taped. Now it's hanging around a screw with sharp edges there. Let's see if I can pull this off so we can see if there's any other surprises in here. The wire is pinched behind the fixture here. Take our bulb and globe off of here. So what somebody did is they used part of a ceiling fan blade for the backing of the light fixture here, and that was not good. And here's how they wrapped the wire and hold it inside this casing. They wrapped some wire around it and fastened it to that screw there. So we're going to replace the solder outlet here. Well, if I can't do it that way. I'll try to get that paint out of there. It's not going to. My screwdriver's too wide, so I'll just break the cover off. That's the only way you can do it if the screwdriver doesn't fit. You just make it come off. You got it off. Okay, we have a lot of wires in this box here. Make sure it's off. So I can't tell these colors apart. So these wires are on the brass screws, so I'm going to open up our loops here. And clip it so it's even here. Okay, so these are our neutrals down here. We're going to use our ideal lever connectors here, so we don't have to twist and crumble this older wire. So we'll just open up our levers. Stick our older wire in, push it down, make sure our copper comes up to the top. Okay, and we'll get our other one. And we'll strip the one to go around our outlet. And one to go in our Wago or lever connector. Make sure the copper is coming up to the top. Put the other one in here. Push it in. Make sure the copper is coming up to the top on both of those there. Okay, the copper is up at the top on both of those. Okay, we'll strip it with our 14 gauge hole. That's going to go in the outlet. This is going to go in the Wago. Lift it up. See the copper up at the top there? Snap it down. I'm going to see if they're in all the way. But that one's not in all the way. I'm going to lift this up, push it in a little bit harder. Now all three of them are up in. Yep, all three of them are up in. You can see them there. Now look at our blacks again here. I'm going to push that bottom one back in some more. Now I'll open up that bottom one, push it in a little bit harder. It still didn't go in, so I just pick it up a little bit more. I might have to strip it a little bit more. Now look down in there, make sure they're all in. Okay, all three our conductors are in. But I see some bare wire on this here. But I have to take it out. See that bare stuff there? I can't have that. There, I got it up in, got our insulation up butted there. I look again, make sure all my copper is up at the top on all three, and they are. So now I can push these back into our box. So we're going to put a new outlet in here. They're made by Eaton, and if you look closely here, they're made here in the country I was born in. That's a nice thing to see. So we'll close the screws we're not using. There's no ground in this box. So we'll make our loop the direction our screw turns. You always put your wire around the screw the direction the screw turns. Make sure it's tight. We have a nice connection there. We'll flip it over. And we'll get our white on the silver colored screw. Close our loop, make sure we don't get our insulation pinched under the screw head there. There we go. I'm going to flip this back our other way here and close our black wire a little bit better there. There we go, we got our copper under the screw head all the way around. Okay, so what we're going to do so we don't pinch the wires is we're going to put what's called a box extension in here. This box is old, so there's no green hole to put a green screw into to bond the ground to the box, and you can't get two-prong outlets anymore, so a GFI is the only way we can go with putting a GFI in the cellar, or in the breaker box for this circuit. And we'll just stick our extension on here, and this will I'm going to go look for the other screw. If I can't find it, I can't. I'm not going to get upset. And fortunately, I found it. Make sure I'm in the track on the top. Okay, so now we can push our wires into our box here. Let's go up, make sure no wires are going to get pinched. That looks good. Just balancing the screwdriver with this left hand. I'm not putting any stress on it. There we go, and I'll just check, make sure everything is good. Everything looks good. Our screws aren't hitting any wires.